Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year's to you all. I hope your New Year's is finding you healthy, happy, and safe. We've had a very interesting New Year's over here. Two of us got hit with the flu, my son and me. Actually, I got it from my son. He was down for the weekend. I don't know where he got it, but I ended up getting it, and it was pretty dicey over there. I think I had a fever of about, I think it got up to like 103.6, to the point where you wonder, do I need to get in the emergency room or do I write it out? I ended up writing it out, but I've been sleeping off and on for about 4 days now, and I couldn't do it anymore. So I had to come in here and make a cane. So I felt like making a flower because it's cold out here and I'm ready for spring already. So this is what I did. I have fuchsia, white, orange, and cadmium yellow. I cut out a 2-inch square, and I did 2 of them. So we want to make this kind of a big cane. And I'm going to put these 3 together for one cane, and I'm going to put that, and that's going to be the middle of our flower. And then I just needed something bright to go in the center. So I'm going to take this green, and I'm going to wrap it with white. And I'm going to wrap it with black. So I'm going to do this first. And then I will pause while I make those. So on the green, I just made a log of wasabi. And I have some white over here. And I think I'm going to wrap this in a 1. I got a little bit of pink on here. It'll all blend in, so I'm not really worried about it. Okay, I need to go a little more. So let's go ahead and put these 2 in the mix. Feels like I have not been in this office in forever, and I honestly haven't. So it's kind of nice to be here and to be productive again. I'm not one that likes to sit down, and if I do, then I'm usually working on something, and I mean, I didn't even bead. I didn't work on any projects, nothing. I basically just sat. And I hate doing that. Okay, so now we got white. I'm just wondering, is that too much white? Let's see, if I can get it off easy, I'll go a little thinner. But if not, then it'll stay. Alright, that's a sign. If it's coming off, that means I need to do that. So I'm going to try it at a number 2. Which isn't really much thinner, but... Alright, let's try a 3. Okay, we're going to do a 3. Okay, so I'm just going to wrap that up a little. I was thinking of doing... I may end up changing this, and if you know me, you know that I do that a lot. Got a little bit of this black left over. Let's see if we can actually make enough to go all the way around. Looks like I'm going to need 3 of them. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough. It's pretty thin. So hopefully we'll be able to get this all the way around. Ah, we were so close. Yeah, that's going to be way too thin. But I have another strip over here. Okay, looks like I might have to make some more of that. But anyways, you pretty much know where I'm going here. So I'm going to go ahead and make some more of these. So I'm going to go ahead and pause. And we're going to make our Skinner blends and make a couple more of these. So I will be back. Okay, so we are back, and this is what we've got so far. So this is going to be for our center, and this is going to be surrounding that center. So we're going to go ahead and fold this up. It's really bright. It's going to be a beautiful, bright flower. So I still have the other flowers that I've been thinking about selling, but I can't put it on my cutter site because I'm out of categories. I wish they didn't give you a limit of categories. That would have made it nice, but I do have a site where I sell my glass beads. I don't have any on there right now, but I do have that site. So I might start throwing my canes up there. So I will put a link in the description of this video. And just keep an eye on it. When I start feeling a little bit more than 25%, I will go ahead and start throwing things up. Because I will never use all these flowers that I've got. I won't use half of the canes that I've got. I've got so many. So I might as well give them to somebody that can actually think of stuff to put them in. I'm really horrible with that. I'll have one of those days where my mind just goes crazy and I can think of all kinds of stuff to do. But for the most part, I sit and stare at my canes. Okay, so let's cut this off. Just kind of make it a little nicer. Okay, so now what we're basically going to do is we're going to squeeze the sides so we can get this more of a rounded shape. And I want this to kind of be pointy. So I'm going to squeeze as I'm pushing down. Okay. And I'm going to just come in here and try to push this up. Air bubble. It's a nice size little air bubble. Make sure I don't have any more of those. I want this to all kind of flow. So we're just going to manipulate it just a little bit to get that shape we want. I'll somehow push it all in. I want to put a center in this. So we're going to kind of push it all in and still try and maintain that shape. Do that to that side. Okay, so you just got to play a little bit and it'll all come together. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to cut this in half. How to make sure I'm using the right side of the blade, because it's not going through very easy. Alrighty. Okay, so we're about even. I'm just going to put just a little piece of black right here. Okay, so let me grab some black, which I just had, and somehow have managed to lose it. Just squishing it down to make sure I don't have any air bubbles inside. So I don't know how small I want to make this. I think that's going to work right there. Okay, so just want to make sure there's no air bubbles. And we're just going to set that right in there. We're going to take the rest of this and I'm just going to put a strip of black. I'm at a number 3. So I'll put that in and see if it might be a little too thick. So let me get a straight edge here just to see. I think a 3 is going to be okay. So I'm going to put that right there. Just going to slide that up against that log we made. Okay, and then we're just going to put you back on there. Okay, I don't know if you noticed that, but it's really deep here, and then there's no hole right there. There we go. Connect all that back in there. Okay, let's get this out of our way. Sorry, I keep bumping into the camera. Don't mean to do that. So now we need this to fit inside this. So we're definitely going to have to reduce this. But we're going to turn this into a circle, or round. I don't know why I keep saying circle, but you know what I mean. Okay. Get all the air bubbles out of this one. Orange. Oh, this was double the clay, and it's amazing that it ended up so small. Okay, so what's that, about 1.5? Where I usually like it. Okay, so now we need to take this down probably maybe about 1/4 inch. So about 1 3/4 inch right now. So I'm going to probably take that to about, yeah, probably about 1 1/4. So let me go ahead and reduce this to get it to fit in there, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got this reduced, and unfortunately when you start reducing it, you lose that perfect shape that you had. So we cut it in half. And now we're just shaping it by hand. And what we're doing is we're just pushing in on the center, like that, to try and give that center a nice round shape. That side looks really good. This side, not quite there yet. So I'm just trying to make it look all nice and perfect all the way through. This one's a little bumpier. So just take my hands a little bit, kind of smooth out that side. Okay. And then we're just going to stick that right in the middle there. So we're going to cut this right down the middle. So it's about 3/4. Alright, so this is about a little over 1 1/4. So I'm going to say about right there. Should work. Okay. So now you just got to figure out, do I want this up high? I think I want the orange for the inside because I love the pink on the outside. Okay, so kind of lay it out where you're going to want it. It's going to be like that. Okay. So all I want to do is come from here to here. About right there. Okay, and we're just going to make a little indentation in this area so that it fits a little bit better. Okay, because if you don't, I'm always afraid I'm going to lose that shape if I don't do this. So it just gives it like a nice little place to lay. Okay, and even this, go ahead and give it a little bit more in there. Just make it a little more gradual. Okay, so we got that. Oh, that could be a little longer too. Okay, so now we're going to do that on the other side. I'm not really sure how that one got so short. Okay. Same with this. Just gonna get a nice gradual hole to accommodate the inside, and then we're just gonna gradually put more in the middle and just a little bit. Ooh, see? This I might have done a little bit too much. Maybe not. Okay. So now we're just going to take that orange and we're just going to close that up. And take that pink and close that up. Okay, so I'm just going to take a very thin piece of yellow and run it on the bottom here, and that way I know where that flower is, and I know that this right here needs to be staying in the center. Okay, so that is our flower. We're going to reduce this to, I'm going to try and do 7 or 8. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Alrighty, so we're back. I'm not sure if we can get 8 out of this, though. So we're going to go ahead and cut. This is a really bad blade. Let's try a different blade here. Oh, much better. Okay. So I like doing 1.5. So if I do 1.5 and I need 8, yeah, I'm definitely not going to have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might have to do it about 1 inch instead. Nah, yeah, probably. I can get 8 if I do 1 inch. If I do 1 1/4, be 2.5. 4 would be 5. 6.5. Oops, 6 1/4. 7.5. Okay, I think I can do that. So we're gonna go 1 1/4. Boy, you can tell I can't even, I can't measure when my brain's a little fuzzy here. And this is turned upside down. It should be 0 through 13 on this side, but so hopefully I calculated that right. If not, I didn't. Oh well, it is what it is. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just going to end up making a 6th leaf, aren't we? Oh, Irene. Oh, well, that's life. It's still going to be okay. Yeah, no. Alrighty, so now that you see that you got the registration mark down here, that's what helps, so you can figure out where to put your point. Okay. Honestly, I like the 6 leaves better anyways, so. I've got all of this. I can make another one and go 7 or 8 leaves. I'm just going to have to double what I used here. Kind of shocked that it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. Should have just stuck with the 1 inch. But oh well. Again, oh well. If I really wanted to, I could make all this half the size and make my 8 that way, but we're going to leave it alone. Sometimes less is better. Okay. So now the fun part begins. So now that we got that in there, we're going to need to make this probably about 1/2 inch. So let me go ahead and reduce this, and again I'll be right back. Alright guys, and this is how fuzzy my brain is. I forgot to tell you that when we were done with that petal, we were supposed to cover it, because as you can see, you're going to have orange touching orange, white touching white, pink touching pink, and it's all going to kind of blend. So I had this out. I didn't see it. So yes, I'm going to blame my fuzzy brain. That's my story, and I am sticking to it. So we're going to wrap these really quick. Alright, so let's take this. And I got this at a number 5. It would have been a 3. But because of the fact that I've already reduced it, it's not going to thin out anymore. And so we're just going to leave it at a 5. Thank goodness it doesn't take very long to do this. Alright, that's not going to be enough. So we're going to go about right there. We're just going to slide that across. Here I thought I was all organized when I started. Oh well, it is what it is. I love playing by the seat of my pants here. Alright. Now, if you want your leaves to all combine into one, you can do that. This isn't something you have to do, but I do because I want each petal defined. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and finish bringing down my center. I stopped midway when I looked to the left and I saw my little slab right there. I just went, oops, that was supposed to go on here. So, alright, let's go ahead and finish these two and then reduce this a little bit more. I will be right back. Okay, so we are back. I think we're good now. Now the only thing that wrapping this before, the only advantage it probably would have given me is I probably would have been able to get 7 to 8 petals out of it had I done it before I cut it. Because that always adds volume, so obviously more volume, more petals. That one's a little big. I'm going to leave that one for last. Okay, so we're just doing a final little squish and shape, and I know that my ends are off just because I added that pink. I'm not really worried about that. Okay, so that was the big one. That's a big one. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just squish this a little bit more. Okay, so that's 3. This one looks good. It's 4. That one just seems a little big, so kind of reduce this one a little bit. Okay, that's 5. And this one, we're going to squish it. And 6. Okay, so I want to make sure that we're tightly in there here. Okay, I'm going to turn it around, and as you can see, sometimes the other side doesn't want to cooperate. So you just want to come in there, and I'm going to just kind of pinch this a little more. There we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, that all looks good. Turn it around one more time. Make sure this didn't move. Alrighty. See, this one kind of did. Alright, so now all we're going to do is put the translucent in between our petals. So this is really old translucent and it feels really hard. So it might take me a while to condition this, so I'm going to hit pause one more time. Alrighty, so we're back and we basically took our translucent clay and just kind of squished it. I think you've seen it from my other videos. You just kind of squish it. Make it into a triangle like you would a regular cane, and then just stick it in between the petals. And then I have a thickest setting piece of translucent that I'm going to wrap over all of it. And that's going to keep that flower safe. And that way when you cut into your flower for your project, you are not cutting into part of the petal. Alrighty, so we are done. Now we're going to reduce this and we'll come back for the reveal and we are done for the day. So I'll be right back one more time. Alrighty, so we are back. Got the edges cut off, so let's go ahead and cut some strips here. Yeah, we're going to go about 12 inches. Oh, we got a little bit more. So, there's our flower. So, we're going to wrap these up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 probably that I'll put up for sale. I will probably keep 1.5 for me. Don't know why, I never use them. But I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Hopefully by the next time I do a video, I will be feeling 100% again. You guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy the week and please stay healthy. and take lots of vitamin C, vitamin D, and we'll talk to you probably Sunday. Take care, guys. Bye.